Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of design thinking, specifically exploring the dilemmas that can arise when we bring this methodology into structured, often traditional organizational settings. Design thinking is a powerful tool for innovation, but as some recent research shows, it comes with unique challenges that can hold it back. I'll be breaking down these dilemmas and highlighting where the recent study might not go far enough. Let's get into it.
Design thinking has become one of the go-to frameworks for innovation, loved for its user-centered approach and ability to tackle complex problems creatively. But as anyone who's worked with it knows, it's not a silver bullet. Bringing design thinking into an organization can lead to tensions between deadlines and open-ended learning, between strategic imperatives and user needs, and even within team dynamics. In exploring these challenges, a recent study by Katharina, Hölzle and Holger Rhinow offers some fascinating insights. They conducted extensive interviews with innovation teams in a large software company where design thinking was being used to tackle complex, user-centered projects. The study uncovers three key dilemmas, or structural conflicts, that keep popping up around milestones, deadlines, and strategy. These dilemmas highlight how organizations can unintentionally limit the effectiveness of design thinking. It's a valuable study, but I think there are other dimensions that deserve attention. So let's break down these structural dilemmas and where the study might not capture the full picture. First, let's talk about the Milestone Dilemma. The study describes how the typical milestone-driven project management approach doesn't always align with design thinking's iterative process. Innovation teams need flexibility to experiment and learn, but traditional project milestones often push them to deliver too early, before they've really captured the user's needs. Beyond this structural clash, there's also the risk of assuming too much about the user's needs. Rushing through milestones can cause teams to rely on their assumptions rather than deeply empathizing with users. This shortcut may lead to solutions that don't actually serve the user well in the long run. Next is the exit dilemma. Design thinking thrives in an open-ended environment where insights can emerge organically, but organizations typically set a hard deadline for projects, which can force teams to leave the process just as they're getting meaningful insights. This dilemma often pushes teams toward incremental improvement rather than radical innovation. Deadlines can force teams to choose what's good enough over what's truly game-changing. The study hints at this, but doesn't fully explore how these fixed exits might prevent organizations from achieving real breakthroughs. The third dilemma is the strategy dilemma. This one is about the conflict between user-centered innovation and strategic, often top-down mandates. Strategy is crucial, of course, but design thinking is built on flexibility and responding to users, not just implementing fixed technologies or aligning with rigid market targets. The study identifies this conflict, but one thing it doesn't address is the role of organizational culture. If the culture isn't open to balancing strategy with user needs, design thinking can lose its user-focused impact. Teams may feel pressured to prioritize feasibility over desirability, which can reduce design thinking to just another project management tool rather than a source of real innovation. There are also softer dilemmas not covered by the study. For instance, the balance between inclusive ideation and realistic focus. Design thinking encourages a wide range of ideas, but without focus, these sessions can lack direction. This isn't a structural dilemma, it's a team dynamic issue, which is critical to the success of design thinking, but less easily managed through processes or timelines. So even though the study highlights important issues, we see there are broader considerations that are often just as challenging. To make design thinking work, organizations need to understand and address these dilemmas. The process demands a level of flexibility, where teams aren't locked into rigid deadlines or milestones. Organizations also need to foster genuine user empathy and avoid assumptions about user needs. The role of strategy and technology mandates needs to be balanced with creative exploration, and teams should have the room to ideate freely, but also focus on actionable outcomes. In short, design thinking needs to be more than just a methodology. It needs to be supported by a culture that values learning and user insights.
So to wrap up, design thinking is an incredible tool, but it's a journey that requires more than following a checklist. If you're practicing or leading design thinking in your organization, think about these dilemmas and where they might show up in your projects. How can you adjust timelines, manage assumptions, and balance strategic needs with real user insights? Drop a comment with your experiences and challenges. Let's continue the conversation and share what's working and what isn't. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like, and see you next time.
Thanks for watching and stay innovative.